Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be talking about the players that are working down in Florida, including Sam Howell, Brian Robinson, Terry Mclaurin, Jahan Dotson, and a few others. Also, have a little bit of an update on the Dan Snyder situation. Not great, but not the end of the world. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and that notification bell as well. Helps out a ton, and it's free, and it takes 1 second, so go ahead and do it. Let's get right into it. So I made a video a couple of days ago going over, we don't have a lot to talk about. I'll just keep it real with you. So this is a little kind of similar, but talked about, how Jacoby Brissett and Sam Howell and Brian Robinson were working together. And those were the only guys we knew that were working together. But now, because of some pictures, we know Terry's there, Jahan's there, Diami's there, and I believe Marcus Kemp is as well. So there's Sam Howell throwing. And I can't remember who it was, but someone commented that Jacoby's from Florida. So shout out to whoever did that. Sorry for forgetting your name. There's Terry right there. There's Diami Brown. And they are not from Florida, I believe. I know Terry isn't. There's Jahan. And yeah, he's not from Florida. And then I think this is Marcus Kemp. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is Marcus Kemp. And it's good to bring down a vet. And then, there's a picture. That's probably what the thumbnail is going to be. Yeah, Brian Robinson with, a mean look on his face. He's ready to run people over. You got Jahan with a little bit of a serious face there, looking to the side. Diami, I don't know what he's doing, looking into nowhere. And then Terry's got his shirt up and then wiping off some sweat or whatever, and he's just chilling there. But, hey, that's a good group of guys right there. I'm wondering if all the receivers were invited and some people didn't show up, because I'm sure it would be awkward if you're one of these guys and you see that the receiver room's working out and you're not there. I mean, it's understandable if the undrafted free agents or the rookies aren't there, but I'm trying to think who isn't there that could be there. Dax Milne is one guy, and that's really it. So maybe he has family things, or he wasn't invited, or he just has other things going on. I know he was part of this same group last year, except for Diami wasn't there last year and Dax Milne wasn't. But hey, it's good to see all these guys working out in Florida. I mean, I'm sure it's hot there. It's very high here. It's 93, 94 where I'm right now in Northern Virginia, and humidity's terrible. Couple more flicks for you guys. There's Jahan lining up for a route with Marcus Kemp in the background. And then there is Diami and Terry right there. So not sure how long they're there for. And also Jacoby Brissett is there. Not in any of the pictures that they have right here, but he is there. Remember talking about it in the other video. You got the pic of, Sam Howell and Jacoby Brissett together. Again, I love that that they're together. And, I wasn't expecting there to be any beef, because these guys are great professionals, especially Brissett, and Howell's very mature. But it's good to see that they're working out together and getting in those reps with, the receivers like Howell, or Brissett definitely needs them, and Howell needs them as well, because he really, he doesn't need them with, Diami and maybe not even Brian Robinson too much, because I'm sure at the start of, last season, there was times where Brian Robinson was working with the 2s and 3s during the offseason, so he got reps with him. But, in terms of reps with Jahan and Terry, he got very few, during the season, and during the offseason, probably barely any. Or I'm talking about last offseason, and he, maybe a few weeks he got some reps in during the season, but very, very few. So getting as many reps as he can is good. These guys are all learning, new offense, so except for Marcus Kemp, but these guys are all learning a new offense, so it's good for them to get this work in together. And I guess another notable absence, there's no absence because this isn't a team activity, and I'm sure a lot of these guys were invited, but don't see Gibson there and don't see, any of the tight ends. But again, some of these guys could have just not wanted to come or weren't invited, or more likely scenario, they had a family thing, or they're doing their own thing. So these are probably the only guys that could show up. And hey, it's a good group of guys. It's a good group of guys for sure. And yeah, I'm excited to see what they can do, because these four right here. Really, Jahan and Terry and then Brian Robinson could do something really special this year. And Diami, I'm hoping he can. I'm hoping he can. This is a big year for Diami. So if he has a big year this year, then maybe they don't have to bring back Curtis Samuel. And when I was thinking about saying that, that's another guy not there. And yeah, I don't know why that blanked in my mind earlier, but yeah, Curtis Samuel not there as well. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. But I saw, the Warren Sharp, I made a video about how he ranked our receiving core 20th and then running backs 29th. And then O-line he ranked 30th, which, okay, I don't agree with, but not going to absolutely clown him for that take because our O-line was bad last year. And we did some things to improve it, but not a ton. But in his description, he said O-line's bad, blah, blah, blah. And combine that with, not good skill. I can't remember the word he said, but bad skill players, and it's not a good recipe for success there. And I was just okay, whatever, man. I really hope these guys go off right here so I can just quote that and then just make a whole rant roast video on him, because I don't know, I've never really liked Warren Sharp, and then after he said that, I just can't respect you when you say our skill positions are bad. If you say they're okay, still disagree with that. I still disagree with that because I think Brian Robinson, he was below average at the start of the season, but you know why? Because he just had one of the most traumatic things that someone could go through, and not just physically but mentally as well. And then at the end of the season, last 6, 7, 8 weeks, I think he was average to above average back, and he was still probably dealing with those injuries. So this season, I think he'll be that last half of the season guy or better for the whole year. And, I think we'll have a little bit better of an offensive line. I think that'll help. You got Gibson, who's a good pass-catching back, and I think finally will be used like that. And then you got Terry and Jahan, who I think have the chance this year to be a top, 6 duo in the NFL. I think they do have the talent there to be a top 6 duo. And then tight end isn't strong, but I think if Logan Thomas stays healthy, and I think, if Logan Thomas stays healthy, I think he can get you 500, 600 yards. And is that amazing? No, but that's not terrible. That's slightly below average for, the tight ends. And I think that's okay. That's fine. And yeah, I think our skill positions, though, I think they've been disrespected, and I hope they prove a lot of these national media pundits wrong. And I hope this team, proves them wrong, because let's keep it real. All these analysts are predicting us 5, 6 wins. If we go 7, 8, let's say we get 8 wins, we went over the total of the guy predicted. I'll just throw out a name, Adam Rank, but there's other guys as well that had us at 5. But it's not we're at the end of the season, we went 8-8 or 8-9, haha, you messed up your prediction. No, we have to go 9-7, 9-8 or 10-7 to really be able to say that at the end of the year. Because yeah, getting a prediction wrong by 3 games is not great, but at the end of the day, we didn't make the playoffs. So hopefully we can, prove, for once, really prove these doubters wrong that are predicting us 4, 5, 6 wins. Because I don't think we're going to get 10, 11 wins, but I could see it. But I think 8, 9 is way more reasonable to predict. If you're predicting 8 wins, I think that's very possible. 9 wins as well, I think that's very possible. 7, I think is a little bit low, but I'm not going to hate you for that. But I think 8, 9 wins what they do. I'll stay optimistic for now and say 9. But it really is going to depend on Sam, man. It's really going to depend on Sam. So kind of just went all over the place there, but let's move on to the Dan Snyder news. And real quick, shout out Virginia Tech. Been getting a ton of recruits lately. Got a 4-star receiver today, Brody. So hey, if you're a Hokie fan in the chat, go ahead and comment down below. But I'm happy for that, and Brett Pry is doing a good job recruiting here, so excited for that. But moving on, a little bit of a tangent there. This was what I saw right before I went to bed. It says, issues in the legal negotiation between the NFL and representatives for Dan Snyder threaten to complicate the approval of his $6.05 billion sale of the Commanders to a group led by Josh Harris, per sources. So I don't know what that means. I really hope it's nothing, crazy. I really don't think it's, anything crazy. I hope things still are able to, get finalized and stuff. We got 7 days a week from today, man. It should all get done, but I don't know. You never, again, that's why I say, like, you never know with Dan Snyder. I haven't made a video about it in a while, and I'm just so sick of Dan Snyder. I do not want to see his face again, and of course, he's right on my screen here because he's still finding a way to make himself, the center of attention. I mean, I don't know, mate. Yeah, I guess it is his fault. Representatives for Dan Snyder. So that's probably it for today's video. Again, nothing crazy news, but I thought that was, good chance to talk about the skill position players and how they're working together down in Florida. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.